Hey guys, I just want to go over something. This doesn't happen to me often at all, but when it does, I like to do whatever it takes to make it right. So I set the Curdy on here using my same method. The only difference is I use a 4-inch plastic knife for over here. I'll show you a picture of that. Then in this, I use my 10-inch drywall knife, which usually works good. What I'm finding is that when you're using the sheet member on the floor, you really want to screed out the thin set really well, because you could get lumps here and there. So using something that's small, flexible, and can really screed it out good is going to work the best compared to something that's larger and stiffer, like a long metal trowel or a long taping knife, something like that. So what happened was I found a few bubbles over here. It was nothing major, but I am still installing mosaics here, and I probably couldn't make it up with a thin set and make it flat without a problem. But so you know what? Let me just cut them out. There's a few sections here, about 3, maybe 4. I'll show you some pictures of that. And I could just put Curdy on it and just call it a day. It's going to be watertight, which it will be. But what I decided to do is just take some 7-inch Curdy band, patch these spots, and then just go 2 coats of hydro band the perimeter, just so we have no wicking in those patches. And that will be more than sufficient. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to have the client flood this out tomorrow. Once again, everything is already passed the flood test. We're just going to flood it one more time just to be 100% sure that we're still good, which we should be. And then I will continue with the tile on this job. These patches here, you might say, well, it might make it hump in the floor. It's definitely not going to make it hump. It's only about a 32nd of an inch. So when I go to set this tile, I'm just going to tamp down a little bit harder on these areas and then check with my shreddage and make sure that everything looks good. Otherwise, it shouldn't be an issue at all. Because when you think about it, on the perimeter, you have the Curdy band plus the thicker Curdy over that. So that's how it's going to be. So really, I just have to have a little bit more thin set on the perimeter of this thing, where it meets the from the corners to the banding there. That way we can make up for the difference. And if I want, I could just take some thin set, screw it out around the whole perimeter of these patches here. If I have time, we'll see how that goes. But either way, I should be able to make it work without an issue. So just want to share that with you guys. Something like that happens to me not often at all, but when I do see it, I don't want to avoid, because the thing is, when you get those lumps, there could be a little bit of void here and there, and it shouldn't be a problem on a larger tile. But when these little mosaics that I'm doing here, use only about a 1/2 inch by 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch. When people walk on it, could move slightly. They probably won't, but why not just take the time? It did definitely cost me some time on this project, but whatever it takes to make sure that it's right for the client, it's 100%, and I can sleep at night knowing that there's no bubbles there at all. I'm going to reflood again just to make sure that everything is good to go. Bring in the water now. Hold on water, no problem.